Hey everyone, Bernard here on behalf of MovieGameNostalgia.com with our latest What Was Better, the movie or the poster. And I'll tell you what, the movie's going to have to go some today to win this one, I think, with that great poster. One of my favourites of the, well, year 2000, new millennium this came out, year 2000 on video and DVD. But hey, the film's going to have to perform pretty well to beat that, isn't it? Romantic comedy. It's Flashdance meets Cocktail with the Bacardi Spice Girls. Hot Dog. Are they still going? Hot Dog? I haven't got a clue. Jerry Bruckheimer production. So let's have a little bit of information. Let's see who win today. What do you think? I mean, even looking at that, I'm sort of, without remembering what I've done, without remembering the review I've wrote, I'm thinking what's going to happen here today. Anyway, Coyote Ugly from the year 2000, an hour and 40 minutes. A romantic musical comedy drama based on the actual Coyote Ugly saloon. I'd love to visit that one day, if it's still there again. Obviously, it's a long time ago. It was directed by David McNally, produced by Jerry Bruckheimer and Chad Oman, set in New York City. I think my daughter's there at the moment. About a girl in her early 20s named Violet Sanford going to New York City to pursue a dream of becoming a songwriter. Violet gets a day job, as you do, as a barmaid at a nightclub called Coyote Ugly. Coyote Ugly is the city's newest hotspot, where the employees are a team of sexy, resourceful women that provoke the clientele and press with their mischief. Stars Piper Perabo, Adam Garcia, John Goodman, Maria Bello, Isabella Miko, Bridget Moynihan, and Tyra Banks. And I think there's a special guest at the end, Leanne Rimes is there as well, featured in a very small guest spot. Any good? Well, I mean, John Goodman admitted he only participated in this film for the money. So not the greatest start, was it? Rotten Tomatoes only give it a 23% positivity rating based on 104 reviews, and with an average rating of not much better, 3.8 out of 10. The site's consensus states Coyote Ugly has an enthusiastically trashy energy and undeniable aesthetic appeal, but it's nowhere near enough to make up for the film's shallow, unimaginative story. Metacritic, the critics, again, not impressed. A 2.7 out of 10 rating based on 29 critics, and only scored between 1 out of 10 and the most was 5 out of 10. The kindest review was from the San Francisco's Examiner's Wesley Morris, who gave it 5 out of 10 and did state, doesn't have what it takes to be truly terrible. So, I mean, is that complimentary? Well, despite this, it was a $45 million budget, and it took $114 million back at the box office. So it almost tripled it. Well, it didn't. 2.5 times its budget. So then again, that's probably to be expected with the style of the movie, etc. Internet Movie Database, well, Joe Pullitt was a bit kinder to it. I mean, it gave a 5.7 out of 10, which isn't a total disaster. Certain comments on Internet Movie Database, insubstantial but highly entertaining, 7 out of 10. Heartwarming story overcomes sappy bits, 8 out of 10. Coyote Ugly is the best bar flick since Cocktail, 8 out of 10. Remember Cocktail? Great soundtrack, the film, not so much, 3 out of 10. One of the worst movies I've ever seen, 1 out of 10. So there you go. That's how you get to a 5.7 out of 10 rating with reviews like that. My re-review of it, well, in the shop, I think it was popular back in the day. It was popular back in the day with couples and both genders, to be honest with you. I think the simple story appealed to the female element. Obviously the music, the soundtrack, etc., which has already been mentioned, and obviously the gentleman may have had other reasons for enjoying it. I'm not too sure. Yeah, watching it back again, yes, the story is very ordinary to say the least. But I thought for the first hour, it does actually entertain. I was quite entertained for the first hour, and I tapped along to the music, obviously, as I would do, being an older guy, and obviously remembering 20 years ago. I still at 40 then, I still had wanted to go to clubs and stuff like this. I probably didn't, but I still thought I could go to clubs. Sadly, it does run out of steam, and the climax, yeah, it's a little flat. I wanted the climax to be so much better, and it was okay. It just didn't quite work. On rewatch, I think it stands up fairly well with what's out there of a similar genre, even these days. And I mean, obviously, you look at something like A Star Is Born that I thought takes, again, I thought myself was a little bit overrated and was nothing special. And the story was a bit, again, bit of a samey like this one. It's nothing special to me. And obviously, I remember the original films as well, not the updated version. So Anyway, I found Coyote Ugly was a good watch. And for 20 years old, don't forget, for 20 years old, it holds up pretty well. And as I say, it's not a great story, but it's good to watch and you tap along to it. So I did quite enjoy the rewatch. I'm going to give it my basic watchable rating of 6 out of 10 on a rewatch of Coyote Ugly. And let me know in the comments below what you think about that. I mean, I don't think I'm going overly mad or bad. As I said, it's not the greatest, more complete. You know, someone goes to the big city and tries to make it. I mean, it's a story as old as time, isn't it? I'm sure, you know, you go back to the 1920s, we had films like this and etc. Right, so what did I say before? What's going to win? What do you think? I thought the film had to be pretty good. So 6 out of 10 isn't perhaps not going to win it for this, is it? Let's have a quick closer look at the poster. There you go. That's a little bit closer for you. See more. Simple, isn't it? I mean, it's not. Let's face it. It didn't take hours to do that, did it? They didn't go in the studio and spend hours and hours doing it. I mean, the tagline's pretty good. It's Flashdance meets cocktail with the Bacardi Spice Girl from Hot Dog. So I like the way they've used that, the romantic comedy. But Jerry Bruckheimer production. There's no even mention of the girls' names on it, which is I wouldn't have minded. I mean, perhaps they're just keeping it simple. But it's nice. I mean, that's I like that. Again, I'm going to say a very good, very nice poster. Yeah. So if the film gets a 6, I'm going to give the poster 7. What do you think? I'll give the poster at least 7 and perhaps give it more, but I might be accused of just because of the girls on it. But I'll give it a 7 out of 10 for the poster. Let me know what you think. Yeah. So again, the poster wins the competition. What's better, the movie or the poster? I'll go again. With this special, I'll go with the old poster beating the movie. Just about 6 the movie, 7 the poster. So wins by a point. Anyway, thanks for that. Let me know in the comments what you think, or follow me on Twitter at nostalgia_movie. I try and follow everyone back on there. Let me know there what you think, and all my latest information is always put on Twitter, etc., about movies and various other things. So please follow me on there. I'm on Facebook at Bernard with links to moviegamenostalgia.com. My website for where this is available. Copies of this are still available. Limited now, I think. Limited copies of this, but it's still there. Obviously, old rare DVDs. And I haven't got any board games in here, but there's some board games as well. And obviously, other posters. Not all of those are available, but some of them will be. So please have a look on moviegamenostalgia.com. A couple of minutes. You don't have to buy anything. Just have a look around and see what you think. And let me know in the comments by email on the site or Twitter or on here, whatever you want to do. Just let me know anything you're after. If you're interested in anything, just let me know and I'll see if I can help you with it. Anyway, thanks for watching this. Please subscribe button, push the bell notifications. Thumbs up's always nice. Just it only takes a second to press that thumbs up sign. That's absolutely fantastic. And let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree the poster beat the film. And if you go back and rewatch the film, did you enjoy it again? As I said, I did enjoy it, although it did run out of steam a little bit, but I certainly did enjoy the first hour or so of it anyway. And I was glad I went back and watched it again. Anyway, thanks for watching. What we're going to do with the rest of a great one. Please check out for another one of these specials coming very soon. And I hope you can join me again for it. Look after yourself, look after your friends, and more importantly, look after your family. And it's been a pleasure spending a few minutes with you. This is Bernard saying goodbye. Thanks for watching.